Hi everybody. I got a new camera, so I'm hoping this really works out. Remember on my last video, we made this mini journal, right? And the first one I made only had the one signature right there. But look how fat it got. But because of the book rings, you know, we thought, well, maybe we can get more than what's in this one. So in this one I put 2 signatures, and today we're going to start to embellish this one. The one that I made is for a swap, or a challenge rather, at Divine Craft Divas. So let's see, we'll do the cover last. Okay, we open it up. Now I'm going to cover the inside of this, but I'm going to use some of the pages and the scraps left over from what's used in the signatures and how we made the pages for those. Like, here's some of the, whoops, they're dropping all over the place. Oh, do. Okay, here we go. Now let's see what we can do with this one. No, because that doesn't really match that. Actually, I have some of that paper. Or, excuse me, sorry about the camera. Let's see if we can fit. This is my envelope of envelopes. See if we can fit an envelope there. And that kind of works. So I like that. So let's glue this one down. If you've heard me in my videos before, you'll know I like to smooth the glue out so it doesn't leave wrinkles. No, Dad, I did not say I wanted to sniff the glue. Thank you very much, though. He's a funny, funny man. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I just want to make sure that glue gets under there. And hold it down. No, I didn't think to go get my baby wipes, so I'm going to use an old towel just to wipe off the excess. And we have that done. There's a little bitty line there, but I think it'll be okay. And if I decide to change it later, I might just paint it some purple or something. Okay, now on the first page, see, we've got a pocket here, so let's make a tuck spot. Let's see, does that match? Maybe a little. This one might match a little better. But this one. Alright. There's no science to this. If you've heard me in my other videos, you know I absolutely abhor math. I loathe it with a passion. And if it's at all possible, I try to get away or get through life without needing it. So far, I've managed to do okay. There are other times where I'll say, Dad. What? See, he says what? He answers. He's a good dad. I've got him trained well.
Talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the video. I said you answered me, and I've got you trained well. Okay. All right. Let's see what other pages. This looks like this pocket's gonna come apart. So let's kind of close that up a little. There we go. Now, some of this stuff I've gotten from Happy Mail, and some of it, well, let's focus on the pages that don't have anything on them yet. I should probably go that route. Okay. Which one is it? Oh, yeah, I already scanned it before I gave it to you. So, Walmart has this savings catcher program that, actually, I think I'm going to give this a little bit of color. Let's use some warm penny. Anyways, you scan their receipts within a week of buying something, and they check all the sources around you, and if they can find a cheaper source somewhere else, then what they do is they give you the difference, and if they put it on a gift card, and you can use it that way. That's a pretty cool idea. I mean, it's not like you're going to get hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but yep, it's just as good as the coupon. I think the most I've done used on it has been, I think I've had $15. Then I didn't wait, you know, like a whole year or anything like that to cash it in or anything like that. See, I'm just kind of painting the inside with this metallic warm, it's called Warm Penny. I might want to use a pen or a paintbrush. Probably get better access. I can remember where I put it. Ah, there we go. But we are definitely going to see how thick we can get this if we can load this puppy up with 2 signatures. And if these little bitty 1-inch bookbinder rings will work. And I think we need to do this side. Actually, what might be easier is taking these off, since it's causing such a problem. Uh-oh, that page ripped, so it was wet. We can fix that. Sorry if I'm not speaking loud enough. Let's see, this one. And there we go. And I'm going to set the covers off to the side, and we will work on one signature at a time. Maybe that'll be easier. There we go. And that way, when we make the tuck spot, there's no white showing. Oh, let me go grab some water. Okay, I'm back. At least I hope I am. Yep, had to go get some water from my paintbrush. And I think that'll cover really nicely. There's that. Actually, what I'll probably do, since the tuck pocket's going to go on the outside, I'll just paint the whole page. That way, if somebody ends up looking inside the pocket, there'll still be some color. There we go. Alright, now as this dries, I will measure. This is my measuring, right? I'm as good as Einstein. Einstein's got nothing on this Chica, except he could probably find his pencil when he needed it. Me, on the other hand, not so much. So let's see. That right there. That worked for me. And my scissors, and hopefully cut a straight line. There we go. This has got to be one of my favorite tools in my entire collection. It's my corner rounder. For some reason, it just makes everything look so much more elegant, in my opinion. So how do we want to put this? Well, let's tape some. Let's see if we can put this tape back. Oh my goodness. Wow, this tape is really rough to get off. Oh, I see why. Okay, what's up? I'm totally confused. Which is not hard to do if you ask my dad. It's a little bit sticky, but not a whole lot. I got this in some Happy Mail. Oh, I'm guessing it's a sticker. Alright. See if I can pull this apart. Pardon my nails. I haven't been able to redo them in a couple days, so they're looking pretty nasty. There we go. We've got one. We'll get one more. There we go. Is dinner done, Dad? Huh?
Yes.
How come you didn't say anything? There we go. Okay, and then this we will put right here. And I got some new glue in the mail today. I actually ordered it in bulk. It's that Tombow multi-liquid glue. It's dual. It's got a skinny side and a wide side. And I bought a set of 10 of them. It was only $39. So that's not that bad. Dad, not so loud, please. Anyways, but I'm going to give one of these away in either the 300 or the 500 giveaway. I'm not sure. The subby giveaway. So, this will be my first time opening it. And that's what the tip looks like. So it looks pretty cool for the big side. And let's see what the other side looks like. Ah, reminds you of the old rubber cement thingies in grade school. But that's pretty cool. But right now I'm going to use this because I want to make a pocket. And I want to see, oops, I want to see how it goes. So this looks good. It's not clear. I thought it was clear glue, but it dries clear, so that's what counts. So let's put the pocket on. I'm going to have it facing outwards. And there we go. Use my towel, kind of press it down a little bit. Sorry about the wiggle. The table's not very stable. Once I figure the camera thing out, I'm sure I will be able to handle getting a different table. Let's see. This one looks upside down. And it is. So let's turn this one right side up. Okay, so let's do something on both sides. That way we can say we've covered all the bases when we get there. Let's see, what other color can we use? How about, do I have, yes I do. I have a really pretty teal that would make a really good pocket or a tuck spot. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure where the hole is. That way it's not such a difficult process to work out. I wonder if some champagne would go better. That's a pretty color. But you can't hardly see it. So let's go with maybe some pink. What's on the other side? Yeah. There we go. I'm not doing a lot of talking. I apologize for that, but I found out that I've got a torn ACL in my left knee. I had this problem when I was 18 and had gotten into a pretty bad motorcycle wreck. And the motorcycle wreck itself ripped almost all 4 sets of ligaments that hold your shin bone to your femur, to your knee. Your knee connects it. So I had to go in and get it fixed. Well, I'm finding out now that apparently one of the ligaments is torn. And that does not make me happy. And that on two more of the smaller, more minor ligaments, there's two horizontal tears. So it's, and I go see the doctor tomorrow to find out what he wants to do. So I'm not your quite your effervescent, bubbly self today. Alrighty. So we're gonna put some glue on this. I like this Tombow because it's got a very small tip, and you only use what you need, which is kind of a pretty cool thing if you ask me. There we go.
Mustang station wagon. Never seen it before.
Isn't that what the Brady Bunch had?
Don't know.
There we go. Okay.
Sure, very, very, very rare. 3 years.
A Mustang station wagon. Yeah, I can't say as I've ever seen one.
Picture of it here.
Oh, I don't doubt. Okay, we'll leave those to go for a minute. And we'll go for the next set. Okay, now here, I think I'm going
She wasn't drinking. All tests for alcohol came up empty. Was like marijuana. Oh, I don't do that. I think there's something now. You don't know marijuana? Well, you don't get that you have marijuana, okay? I didn't realize that you could get arrested for something that you didn't do until it happened to me. What you do now? You know, we have nothing that's about somebody in your car. I believe you can't pay about marijuana. Look, before you felt those handcuffs closing over your wrist, did you understand just how serious this was? I didn't understand. As soon as I got my pleasure,
so that's going to dry.
The waitress spent the night in jail and had her alcohol servers permit revoked because of the DUI arrest. After 4 months, prosecutors dismissed all charges because her blood test came back completely clean. You have to spend months and thousands of dollars proving this. I did. What do I find probably? You don't find that at all. Same thing happened to this college student 2 weeks earlier on Good Friday. Well, we have, okay, you know your arm, okay. I believe that Milan, I believe that Milan, you're failing to maintain your lane and driving halfway on the ramp, miles behind you. Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Okay, just painting. Trying to find some colors that'll work. And cover up a little bit of the white.
Italian car, Bugatti.
Yeah?
Chameleon changes color.
Oh, I know they were talking about it online. I forget who had brought it up, but that the car,
Green, orange, blue, purple.
yeah, that the car has the ability to change colors, kind of like a like that opalescent glitter. You know, that when you look at it one way, it looks green, and then it looks silver, and then it looks blue, and so Something along those lines. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's okay. Just adds to the painting paper. This one still has some of the worn penny from the when I had it on the first time. Now it's going to have some of this blue, which might be cool. So we'll see. This one is going to be glued to the outside. Whoops. And that. There we go. You ever get a song stuck in your head that will not stop?
Oh, yeah.
And you hadn't even had any thought of, you know, this particular song in years.
45 years now. Damn Yellow Submarine.
Yours is the Yellow Submarine.
I hate that song. I love that song. How I hate that song. I really do.
Well, you want to know what's been running through my head for the last 3 days? The entire Brady Bunch song. Not just a little, you know, quip. The entire Brady Bunch song. Like, really? I haven't even seen an episode of Brady Bunch since I was like, what, 8 or 9? But yeah, that's what's been running through my brain. I would rather have that. I'm Henry VIII, I am Henry VIII, I am, I am.
I don't get that one. I conjure it up every so often. But, yeah, I don't get that one. I get it.
Oops.
So,
We all live in the Yellow Submarine. Yeah. Yeah, but that was your era, though, you know, with the Beatles and all of that. Aren't they the ones that sang it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
You. Oh, don't tell me updates. We're not doing updates right now. Let me see. Cancel. Okay, let's see. I hope that didn't show up, but my computer, my brand new computer, is telling me I need to update already. Okay. I don't quite like that as much. I don't like those colors. Let's tone it down with some champagne. Okay. Huh. Okay. Tone it down a little bit. I won't tone it down a whole lot, but it will a little bit. That's all we need. So we can put other things on it. Kind of gives it this little silver shimmer, which is kind of nice. See, it won't be super noticeable, but it will have toned down that brightness on that green. Yeah, so let's let that one dry for a little bit. Wait a minute. Since we got the other colors on here, let's kind of throw some of this on there too. Oops, I had it off screen. I apologize. Yep, just gonna add a little bit of this and that. And okay. And we'll let this one dry. And while that one's drying, we will work on, actually, turn this one right inside out the other way. And we'll work on the back. Let this out of the way. So we've done, what? It's 2 envelopes, 2 pockets. We need a couple of tuck spaces. Or, let me see. Oh, I don't know where my paper cutter went. Nope. Okay, well, we're going to have to do this the fun way. I have an idea. Find my ruler. Take this off. There we go. That's not so bad. And we'll do this one kind of in half. And do the same thing. There. And we'll try gluing this there. Got a hair stuck to me. It was one of the things in Pink Poodle where every time Stacy would get a Happy Mail or anything in the mail, it always came with somebody's hair. And I'm wondering if she's transferred that curse to me. But you ought to check her channel out. She's got some good advice. She shows you how to make a lot of your own things, like your own gesso, your own texture paste, things like that. And she's really funny. She's got a really good heart. There's a couple more, you know, channels out there that, like Divine Craft Divas and Emily's or Jules by Emily, and then, yeah, her and her husband are really funny together. I like watching them. And then there's 70 Acre Studios with Melissa. And she's good people. She really is. Okay, so I got that one. Let's try this one. Okay. And since, let me see, do I have any purple? Oh, you cannot tell me I came all the way out here and did not bring my metallic purple. Okay, well, let's make our own. If it works. I don't know if it'll work or not, but if it works, good. If not, oh well. Oh, that's not the right color. Okay, let's try the teal and some pink. So we'll kind of go right here. And right here. Let go. Might be too much, but we'll use whatever shows up. So let's see. Can we turn this purple? Yes, we can. That came out pretty good. What do you think? Right here. So to mix it up just a little bit more. Came out a really nice purple. So to get some of this out of the way, we're going to paint the edge purple. And that is metallic purple. That's pretty cool. Try to get it so there's no streaks. Okay. And then we need a piece right here. All I'm doing here is just setting up for a background. I'm good at backgrounds. I'm just not very good at embellishing, in my opinion. Uh-oh, let go. Everything's starting to take over. Okay. I know that paint is still a little wet, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, one side. And let's see how we're going to do the other side. Well, I do know what I need to do so I don't get lost and forget where my holes are. Let go. Thank you. There. Okay. Now, oh, this one's a little dry. Give it a little bit more time. And turn that over there. This one's dry. That's good. Okay, it still feels a little sticky on this side. I wonder why. Let me trim that out. Might be the glue. Little bit of a hangover. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, and we need to finish the other 4 pages. And where did you go? Oh, there you are. Oh, good grief. I put you in my purple paint. Well, that's okay. Okay, and we will use the purple paint to do this side. Now, if this journal comes out halfway decent, it'll probably go into one of the goodie bags that I'm giving away for my 300, 500, and 1,000 subbies. And to be eligible, You have to have subscribed to my channel. And be a member of my Facebook group called Coffee Cup Crafts and Conversation. And those links are down below, right there. They're down below. You'll be able to go there, and it's a new group, so there's not a whole lot of people yet, but I'm trying. Yep, Dad says I'm very trying. Oh, ouch. You ever notice you can still... Oh, that's not what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say was that it doesn't matter how old you get, even though you think you can still handle, you know, some instances, like being able to lift things heavier than you normally could and blah, blah, blah. It's me. I used to be a really strong woman. And now, ooh, I like how that turned out. Look, it's got the ridged edge right there. That looks pretty cool. And now we'll let this one dry. And we'll work on the next one, which doesn't look like it needs too much. So we might do... Now, mind you, all this is going to be before we do the stickers and the pockets and any more pockets, which we still have to do. We'll do a little bit of red. I haven't done red yet. I love metallic paints. There it is. And some of these are new. I got these from Anita's Craft. I think that's what she was called. I wrote it down somewhere, but she had the best price for acrylic metallic paints. And I even found a metallic black. Not a glitter black, but a metallic black. Which, from what I understand, is not quite easy to find. But she had the best prices, even off of Amazon, eBay, whatever. And I got free shipping. So you know me, I'm all about the free shipping. I figure, why pay more than you have to when there shouldn't be any reason for it. And we use a little bit of worn penny. Okay. Now this side I just doodled with watercolor markers. It's not even watercolor paper. I forgot. I just grabbed some cardstock and went to town. So, but we're gonna just kind of play. Probably play a couple different times. That's the red. Look how pretty that is. Can you see that? I hope the autofocus isn't all jacked up. Okay, so let's add a little bit of green. Ooh, that's a pretty green. A little bit more. I'll do some over here, maybe some down here. Yeah. Okay, so then we'll do some teal. Throw some teal in there. And throw some teal over here. Whoops. I'm getting it all over. The happy accidents. Isn't that what Bob Ross used to call them all the time? Was happy accidents. Alrighty. And a little bit of worn penny. I'm an avid reader, and I discovered a new author. Well, she's not new, but new to me. And I absolutely love her. I have a Nook, so the first book is usually free in a series. And I think she's up to number, what is it, 12, Dad? 11, 12, or 13 or something? Anyways, the first book is called Ariana's Choice. And I love the plot line. That it's not dirty, it's not vulgar, isn't anything like that. And I like books like that. I don't like them with all the. I'm not a romance novelist or a person who likes romance novels. You hand me a Harlequin and I'll tear it apart and use it as a junk journal. Seriously. I think once upon a time I used to love Danielle Steele. But she was a little bit more than just a romance novelist. My grandmother loved her. So we would trade out books every so often. She had one I hadn't read, or I had one she hadn't read. I sure miss my grandma. Daddy says me too. Well, that was his mama, so yeah. But she acted like, well, didn't act, she was, for most intents purposes, or all intents purposes, my mama when I was growing up as well. When my biological mom, my egg donor, decided to bail. But that's okay. She had her reasons. I don't fault her any longer anyway. I used to be very angry with her for a very long time, but I'm not. Not anymore. She did what she felt she had to do, and more power to her, and to be honest, I am totally glad she left me with my dad and left me with my grandma, because I would not be someone that I would want to be around had I grown up with her. I'll tell you that. She was not a very virtuous person, I would say. But otherwise, I still respect the fact that she was my mom. And I never disrespected her. I think one time her and I got into an argument. She slapped me and then I cussed at her. But that was the only time. But I was 17 and she got mad at me because I wasn't listening to her. Her favorite thing to do was she'd get on a topic and she would argue and gripe and gripe and gripe and gripe over and over. Same topic for hours. Hours. Dad says days, but he had more practice with that than I did. And it just got to the point. So I was in New Mexico living with my mom at the time. And I called him. I said, Dad, what did you do? How did you handle it? And he was like, well, just ignore. So I said, well, okay, I can do that. Big mistake, okay? I was 17. Yes, I was pregnant. I was hiding out in New Mexico because I was ashamed to face my family in Detroit. That's the truth. And so he tells me, when she gets like that, just ignore. So I did. I was babysitting a neighbor's daughter, and I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and my mother got mad because I put the dishes away wrong in the cabinets. I'd done the dishes, but apparently I didn't put them away the way she wanted to. And she griped and griped and griped and just kept going on and on. Well, I ignored her. Okay, well, I had to call Dad back and tell him, you know what, you suck. Because she may not have hauled back and slapped my dad when he ignored her, but she sure stormed across the kitchen, through the living room, and slapped me right across the face. And that was the only time I ever disrespected her, because I got up and I cussed at her. But I did apologize. I don't believe in disrespecting your elders. I do not believe, even if they are jerkwads. I need a little bit of light coloring on this. I think I'll use the champagne. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, interesting to say the least. There we go. Put a little bit of light in there and it won't be so dark. Oh, hush. We're not going there. Let me tell you now, okay, if you ever continue to watch my videos or ever catch them in the future, don't be surprised with my dad popping in every now and then, because he is a troublemaker extraordinaire. Oh, yes, you are. Yes. You know what? You better move the flammables, because God's fixing to strike. Sweetheart. Yeah. And I have, what, 13, 14 grandkids, so that makes me a virgin. If you're a sweetheart, I'm a virgin. Oh, I think that came out pretty cool. What do you guys think? Yeah, but I'm not worthy. So that did come out kind of cool. I like that. So let's leave that there. And we got one more. Just a little bit. So I think all I'll do with this one. Let me find the lid for the glue. Okay. For this one. Oh, there's my peacock pearl. That's a pretty, well, I still have paint left, so I'll use it. Don't want to waste anything. So we'll use the last of the green, and we'll just kind of okay, and I think that's all the green, but I like that you can still see the pink through it, so that's good. Mix that up a little bit, rinse it off, wipe it off, and let's do the, is there any red left? Nope. Any worn penny? Oh yeah. Okay, that's left, so we'll go this way. See, you don't have to have a whole lot of, you know, materials and special equipment to get really neat effects when you're crafting. No, all you gotta do is something as simple as just turn it upside down for a little while. Do it that way. Something similar. I got my grandson doing mixed media mashup. He's 13. His name is Jacob. So he's, you know, he's too old for the kiddie things. But he agreed to try this mixed media mashup thing where you make an art project following prompts that you pull from a box of random cards. And his favorite one was doodle with your eyes closed. You know, or close your eyes and doodle. He got to laughing so hard because he was trying to draw a stick figure with his eyes closed and then put a face on it and then a crown and then a word bubble. When his was done, he had the stick figure here, okay, the face here, the crown up here, the word bubble over here, and down below it was, he wrote hello. But the hello he got straight. Go figure. But he had a blast. So I'm going to tell him the next time he comes over, we'll just have to, you know, doodle with our eyes closed a couple times. Okay, so let's see. That's the back of this one. I don't know if you can see that or not. Looks like it's almost too bright. There you go. I did this on my jelly plate with one of my die cuts. And this one, same thing. I did it on a jelly plate with a die cut. I don't think they're quite completely dry yet. These two are. Let's see about this one. Yeah, this one is. Huh. But this one, yeah, I like that one. I really like how that one turned out. I really like how this one turned out, but I know it's not dry yet. This one has got a few minutes to go. So we put those together, and we can start digging out some graphics or some die cuts. Well, that says love, so that'll go on front of one of them. Let me cut the tab off of this, and we could probably use this as another pocket. Let me lift this up a little bit, because I am afraid I am just not on camera. Oh, that would be funny. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. I got these in Happy Mail. Look how pretty these are. I don't even know how she did it. Looks like it's on a paper clip and like art tiles and covered in a hard glossy enamel. That might be glossy accents, but it seems kind of hard to be glossy accents, you know. But it's really pretty, and she sent me, there's like 4 of them, and I'm thinking about making a necklace with them and interspersing them with natural stones. But how pretty, let me see, get all this other stuff out of my hand. There's that one, there's that one, there's that one, and there's that one there. Can you see those? Whoops, that one fell. There we go. Aren't those beautiful? I think I'm going to put those on a necklace. Okay, so we got that one emptied. We got this one emptied. Let's trim the top of this one. Because even if we don't use it, we can use it later. I'm not a hoarder by any means, I hope. But I do believe in recycling. My dad calls me a pack rat. I have a whole tote under my bed of recycled items I plan on using for crafts. I know, that's bad. And then I still have a lot that's not in the tote. So that's what I'm using now is recycled stuff. You know, like old wallpaper samples and stuff people give me. You know, like right here, it looks like it was cut out of a Fanta soda box. Oops, see if you can see that. The round circles looks like it came from a Sprite or a Mountain Dew box. So, yeah, I'm all about recycling. And he says I'm still a pack rat. I don't think I am. But when I see a good deal and I can't pass it up, then there, you know, there's a difference. Alright, so since these are dry, remember which side is up, which is this one. Okay. This one might not be. So it looks a little lopsided in the holes. Okay, this was the outside one. Because it had the... Okay. Let's see. Right here. Okay. this one dry? Yep, this one's dry. So that'll go right there. Is this, ooh, nope, not yet. That one's not quite dry yet. Okay, so while we are doing that, we can work on the cover while we're waiting for those to dry. And I don't have all my things out here, but this is a really pretty piece of tape, so I wonder if that would go with it. It does. So I'm going to do something with it. Okay. Don't know what, but I like it. So going to open the edge. And one of the things that I say in almost all my videos is never trust the sticky on a sticker or even washi tape, because the sticky will wear off too fast and the washi tape will just start peeling up. So I always try to add a little bit. Oh, there we go. A little bit of glue. Huh. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah, it came out. A little bit more than I wanted, but it'll be okay. And I'll just take my finger and just smear it all the way down. It's my phone telling me one of my subbies is going live. I'll try to catch her when I'm done with this. We may not get to finish embellishing this little album yet today. It might need another part, which probably it will. There we go. So now I kind of like that. Cut that off. Okay. I'm going to try and do the same thing. Just give it a little bit of a kind of a rough, grungy edge. Alright, a little bit of glue. Hold on. Pull it all the way down. There we go. I think that's about the same width across. Good enough for me. This one, put right here. There. You see, that's how it looks so far. May not match, but there's a method to my madness. Okay, let's see. There's my towel. Okay, I got a bag of goodies from one of my friends over Christmas break. And she gave me quite a bit. I was really surprised. and really happy at the same time. But we did this, oh, you can catch it on Pink Little Crafts. If you look up the New Year's Eve extravaganza, you'll see all of us acting goofy, and then even after we got done crafting, we were doing karaoke. So that was, whew, that was a mess. But we had fun. I hadn't had fun like that in a long time. So it was kind of nice. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Probably don't even have that many buttons, and here I am just putting dots of glue everywhere. That's okay. I'll come up with something. Yep, Dad says give him enough duct tape and he can fix anything. Okay, so we'll put a big one there. And an itty bitty one. Oh, no, 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 not you. This one right there. Okay, there. Okay. I guess it would help if I had them all facing the right way, right? Okay. This is another big one I'll put down here. And a couple of little ones. Oh, that's too red. Doesn't quite match. I'm going to turn it over and make it white. Nah. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? We have a couple of green ones. Let's use some green. Oops, that one probably needs a little bit more glue. That one needs more glue. Oh shoot, I forgot. My dinner's ready. It's probably cold. So, yep. Alright, so I'm going to leave it here for just a minute. I'm going to go and grab something to eat, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to finish up the front and add a little bit more color. So while I was gone, my glue drops dried, so I have to put a little bit more there. But that's okay because I'm adding different color buttons. And I hope they match. We'll put one right here. Oops, that was a little bit too much. And maybe a blue one, just out of the blue. Let's see if there's another itty bitty one. This one looks small enough. If I can get it out. There we go. To go right there. I don't even know if that looks all right. What do you think? Should put some more something on it. I might put something over on this side. I'm not sure, but we'll let those dry for now. The papers that we painted are dry. Look how pretty that one is. I really like that. And we'll put it together. Where's the others that were already painted? Over here. Okay. Let's see. Where do we want to put this one? How about right here? And we'll do that one in the middle. That way. Okay. See if we need to put any more envelopes in there. Okay, well there's a pocket there. We need something right here. So what are we going to put right here? I know we can do a tuck spot. Let me close these up before I spill them all over the place. That's my luck. Let's see, what do we have over here? I don't know. I kind of like the envelopes. Because they've got the little tags in them. Oops. See? But I don't know if I'm going to put the actual tag itself in there. That covers too much up. Let's pull this one out. That's better. Now the fun part is going to be decorating all of these pockets and then filling them with all kinds of goodies. There we go. Make sure it's straight. Wipe off the excess. And grab my towel. Wipe off my glue. Okay, sometimes to help them set, I'll put clips on them. Just briefly. Help them adhere while I'm doing something else. And there we go. Okay, now this one I'm not going to put a pocket on. I think I'm just going to stamp on this. Which I think I will do. I got this one. It's called Love Letter. Actually, it's backwards, so take it out of the package. I can find the. There it is. Okay, so put that right there. Move this stuff over. I don't have an acrylic block big enough for this, so I'm just going to have to kind of wing it. And I think I'll put it across the whole thing. What do you think? All right, well, here we go. Here's some stays on. Let's see what we can do, if I can keep the table from bouncing all over the place. It might do us some good. Alright, now let's see how well that does. We will lay it down, just like that. Move these out of the way. Button out of the way. Alrighty, let's pull it up and see what we got. Oh, did a pretty good job. See? Oh, let me put where'd the plastic go for this thing? There it is. Just put the plastic over this. Set it right there. That is pretty cool. Let's see what else. That one I'm going to leave just as it is. Okay, and for now, this set is done. So let's start on this one. Let's move these out of the way. Okay. Make sure we got them right side up. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start on the inside of the first one. Let's see. I'm just in a kind of a painty mood tonight. And I really like metallics, obviously. The fact that I'm really too lazy to get up and go in the other room to get any more of my paints. So we'll do it that way. There's actually a method to my clutter, if you can't tell. Hey, we may even do some painty stuff on this one. Alrighty, so let's go with this really pretty green that I really like. It's called Peridot, actually. Alright, so we'll put some Peridot down. Then we'll put some, ooh, I haven't even opened this one yet. This one's called Rich Espresso. So let's open this one. And we'll try some of that. Shake it up pretty good. Sometimes the materials will settle. I'll put you right there. Ooh, that looks really pretty. Alright, and we'll get some red. Should have brought my purple out. I might go get my purple, but I may not. It depends on how I feel. And this one's called Peacock Pearl. So it's a little bit different than the teal. I think it's a little bit brighter. And that might be what we need. And then, let's see. We'll see what we got with these. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do that one tag with it as we go. So we want to start dark, right? Or do we want to start light? I don't know. So let's kind of, ooh, that is really pretty. That's the rich espresso. You see that? Let's do a little bit on the card, but I'm not going to do the same way. I'm just going to kind of, there, rinse that. It is much easier doing these without the, without them being on the ring. The last two I did, and they were on the ring, and it was really kind of a pain in the butt. So let's go this way. So there's that one. Oh, I forgot to do the tag with the red. Give me a little bit of red here, and we'll go doink, 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 doink. Okay, yes, sound effects are my thing when nobody's around. Dad left for a little while, so he'll be back later. And now I can just do all my sound effects, you know, like tush, 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 that type of thing, and not get teased, because he is horrendously capable of teasing you until you're just about ready to throw something at him. I know I have been, several occasions. This one I'm going to go left to right. It needs more paint. Okay, so left to right. I really like this peridot. It's not quite sagey, but it's not, I don't know. It's peridot. Okay, let's throw a little bit on here. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to put some pink on this when it dries. Give it a little bit more oomph. Okay. That one kind of looks like a muddy mess. So let's see what we can do with it. Okay, let's use this to go up and down. Oh, maybe I better turn it because I'm not getting very much luck. It's just a little bit of a color wash, I guess. I don't know what you call it. I'm just winging it here. Okay. we'll try that. Do we have any red left? Yes, we have red and green. So let me do this one. Let this dry for a minute. Go red. Oh, I didn't dry that out. Too watery. Okay. We'll go red, 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 red. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Okay, so we'll let that dry because that was kind of watery. And while that one's drying, we're going to go ahead and get out the champagne. Let's do some pink. I'm almost out. This is metallic. It's called Rose. I'm going to have to get some more. Okay, these are somewhat dry. So with the pink one, we'll just kind of dot it. Turn my paintbrush any which way, it don't matter. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, do any of y'all remember Fat Albert? I used to love that show. And I can't remember the name of the guy in the show that always did the blub 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 with his lips. And I can't remember. Mushmouth. That's right. His name was Mushmouth. But always the way he did it, and how Bill Cosby was able to, you know, do all of those voices for this Fat Albert. I just thought that was pretty awesome. Now, how the news has turned him into a sexual predator nowadays, you know, you kind of wonder about some things, but I wasn't there. I don't know him. I can't say yes or no. Just like the Marines said, you know, everybody goes to heaven. We'll just help them get there. And we'll let God sort it out. And that's kind of how I feel. You know, it's not anybody's place to judge. I mean, there are certain things that obviously are morally wrong, you know. Like, I believe hurting a child is morally wrong. Not discipline. Every child needs discipline. Walk that kid if he needs it. But the overabundance of abuse in children is absolutely ridiculous. And that just makes me madder than I could spit nails. I could. It just makes me absolutely crazy. That, and not as much, but almost just as bad, you know, the abuse of animals. You know, these animals, they look to you for care and attention, you know, love, food, maintenance, shelter, that type of thing. And if you've ever watched those, like, Animal Cops from Houston or Animal Cops from Detroit, and you see some of the conditions that these poor animals find themselves in, I had to stop watching the shows. I'm not turning a blind eye, but it would get me all tore up, and I couldn't sleep. I would have nightmares. I know what goes on out there. I know evil is a very persistent force. But at the same time, I don't want it shoved in my face. So, you know, if I choose not to watch TV, which I haven't had cable in probably, 10, 10, 11 years or so. Like, oh my gosh, how do you survive? Trust me, it's okay. I had Netflix for a while, and then I watched everything, and nothing new was coming out, so I let them go. Now they've got a new one coming out called Pure Flix. My dad's trying that one. I don't know much about it yet. But usually I'm very selective about what DVDs I buy, and I only buy the ones that I know I won't mind watching, several times. And I have a few of those that that are like that, and that's okay. Ooh, this pink and green is pretty together. Look at that. Can you see that okay? I can't tell. Look too bright here. Oh, I remember what I was talking about earlier before I left for breakfast. This author, her name is Natalie Wilson. Okay, Natalie D. Wilson. D is in dog. And she's got this series out called The Children of the Nephilim. Nephilim are supposed to be the offspring of angels and humans in biblical times. Okay? And like I said earlier, the first book is called Ariana's Choice. And it's very it's free on Nook. I don't know about any other platforms because I only have my Nook, and I'm very happy with my Nook. But this one's a little dark for me. But it starts out as, she's the very first Nephilim created. And then as others were created, some went bad, obviously, and some stayed good. And so it's been a battle. She was actually killed and betrayed, and she came back as another little girl called Alexandria. Still with all of her powers, but Alexandria didn't know what was going on. But other than that, the storyline is fabulous. It brings up issues that, are going on around the world. Like how people are needed good people are needed to combat the evil in the world. And if, like Edmund Burke said, it only takes one man, all that's necessary for the triumph of evil. I forget that phrase, but it's a pretty good one, I promise. But yeah, I don't know, it's a really good series, and she's on, I'm forgetting, I'm wanting to say it's book 10 or 11. And I tell you what, I sign up, pre-order, you name it. I love that book, or her series. I love that series. I even asked if she needed an audio, someone to read her books out loud for those who, are blind or, can't do it themselves. And we did a test thing. Well, my my interview didn't come out very well because I'm still missing my top teeth. And I explained that to her, and she says, well, that's fine. She says, right now it's not financially feasible because she still works full-time. She's a full-time audio-visual teacher for preschoolers and kindergartners. I think that's what she said, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. But yeah, so she's fairly busy right now. She says, and she's not fit to retire until she said, I think when I talked to her last month, it was 9 years. But if you ever do get the chance, it's a free book on Nook. It probably is on Kindle as well. You know, to just catch the first book. If you like it, trust me, the series is so worth it. If you don't care for it, you're not out any money. And no, I'm not getting paid for this. I just like talking about books that I like to read. You know, I've been an avid reader my whole life. By the time I was 11, I had read all of J.R.R. Tolkien's stuff, plus the Silmarillion. And, well, someone sent me a Skype, and I don't know who that is, so they'll just have to wait. I mean, books like that. And I read all of Piers Anthony. He has the Magic of Xanth series. And I started reading R.A. Salvatore's Forgotten Realms Legend of Drizzt, the companions. So and that's another one of my favorites. And he's got like 15 or 16 books out, which the last one was supposed to have finished the series. And my brother and my son, who I both got turned on to this series from R.A. Salvatore. His first name is Robert. They both just fell in love with it. And it's kind of like a, you know, elves and dwarves and gnomes and stuff like that. Good and evil, that type of thing. Okay, so that one's kind of all painty. Let's do this one. Now this one I did on my jelly plate with strips of paper. I don't know if you can see how that turned out. But I think that came out so cool because it looks like barn slats on the side of a barn. I don't know. Can you see that okay? There we go. Well, close enough. So I'm not painting over that one. I've got some little bit left, so I'll just kind of give it some swirls. Give it some context and a little bit of color. Oh, I got some of that espresso still. Yay! And I figure I'll probably put pockets or something on the bottom. But yeah, and some of my other, there's another story I really like and I'd like to recommend if you ever get a chance to read it. It's called Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. And it's good. It's one of those, it's a historical saga type thing, but it's based around this one family. And around the same time where, you know, the Princess Anastasia supposedly disappeared, and it was St. Petersburg, and, you know, just stuff like that. I love stuff like that. The Romanov Prophecy, that's another one by David, I think it's David Balducci. I think that's how you say his name. But yeah, I have a lot of book interests. And I'll tell you what, when you've been as laid up as I have been throughout a lot of my life, and I was so shy when I was younger. Oh my gosh, you could not believe. You could say boo to me and I would just go hide in the corner and cry for the rest of the day. Now you say boo to me and I'll go, what do you want? Nah, it's just peas and carrots, you know, just as Forrest Gump says, peas and carrots. But it's funny to look back at everything you've gone through. And at the time you think, oh my gosh, you're so invincible. And then you look back later on in life and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I tried that. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to put pockets on this one. Let's see if we can find some scrap. Ooh, here's some scrap from the other side, so that's cool. That would work, too. Let's see. Scissors. That's almost a little too skinny. Let's see. We could probably use a piece of this. But that would work. Okay. But yeah, I grew up in Detroit. Some of you might know that. Some of you might not. Which is okay. Actually, just outside of Detroit, a little town called Ferndale. And the one right next to it, Hazel Park. And it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that. It was not easy. But at the same time, when you're growing up in an area like that, that is fraught with danger. Okay. And you don't really know anything else, you know? I mean, that is your life. That's all you know. So it's no different. Hold on. I had a friend of mine, and we were talking one night, and she was feeling upset. You know, her dad had died. He had died a few years before. Her husband had left her. Good night. Her husband had left her. She was raising 2 kids on her own, and she was suicidal. Pretty much, she did not know how to handle life alone. And, you know, she says, you know, it used to be I could just walk out the door and I could get anything I wanted and da-da-da-da-da. And I said, you know, I told her, I said, I know growing up was a piece of cake for you, okay? Because she didn't want to grow up, because then that means she had to take care of things herself. She always had daddy to do it for her. And then she had a husband to do it. And when she had to start learning how to do this on her own, she did not like it. She said, but it's everything, you know, it's, oh, phooey, I forgot to, I'll watch it stick. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, I walked to school, and it was a 3-mile walk, and it's not like one of those, you know, I walk uphill both ways. You know, she told me about her childhood, I told her about mine. We didn't have a bus that came to where we were at. We had to walk, which wasn't a big issue. You know, it was just what we knew. That's what we grew up with. We didn't grow up with buses in our area. Um, Now, the high school I went to was Ferndale High, and that was where the 67, 68 riots in Detroit started. It was a 3-story high school, and they were throwing people through the windows down into the courtyard. That's how bad it was. You know, now that was before my time. I wasn't born until 69-ish. Maybe 79-ish. No, I'm just kidding. It was 69. So that was just a little bit after. But my mom and my dad were going. They were attending when that happened. And it was, let's see. We were on our way home from school one time, and my friend and I, we were taking the alleys because it was quicker than trying to cross over the major highways. There were usually 5-lane highways like Woodward Avenue and Gratiot Avenue and Shaner and stuff like that. But we got attacked. We were in 7th grade. She was raped. I was beat up. And I was told, you know, I wasn't pretty enough or something. I don't even remember. It was awful. And let's see. We moved away after that. We moved up north a little bit into Washington, Michigan. I was there for probably, well, ninth grade and 10th grade. I was there part of 8th, all of 9th, and all of 10th grade. And, you know, nothing bad up there happened because we were out of the inner city, so to speak. But when I got back, the punk movement, I guess, had come through, you know, where people were wearing their mohawks and their pink and purple hair and chains, and the goth scene came in. And I was standing at my locker. This was in 10th grade. And some girl had walked behind me, and I swear, all I did was just turn around and look, because I was just so totally floored that someone was walking around with 3 different color hair, and it was glowing. And she turned around and she was like, well, what are you looking at? And all I asked her, I said, what are you wearing? She's like, I'm wearing clothes, honey. What are you wearing? I said, I'm wearing clothes. Those aren't clothes. And don't call me honey. And, of course, you know, blows were thrown. Well, I didn't know that she had a knife, a switchblade. And she got me with it in my right hip. You know, not too bad, but enough to bleed. And, you know, the fight got broken up, and I just went on about my day. I went to the bathroom and I put a sanitary napkin, you know, like a pad, over the wound. And, you know, my jeans held it on, so I didn't have to worry about any tape. I didn't go to the office. You know, that was just something you didn't do. And she was, Kim, my friend, the original one that I was telling you about, she says, oh my gosh, your life was so much harder. I'm like, no, Kim, I said, my life was as hard for me as yours was for you. There's no comparing the two. I grew up in a totally different environment than you did. So it doesn't mean I had a worse childhood than you, or you had a better childhood than me. It's just, you know, facts are facts. That's just the way things were. And you either dealt with it or you didn't survive, you know? I got beat up by a pimp on the corner of my street because I was waiting for my friend Stacy to pick me up to go to school. He thought I was taking over his girl's spot, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it. It you know, it is what it is. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I don't believe you went through that and you're still okay. And yes, I am. I'm fine. I don't have any psychological scarring because there wasn't anything else to compare it to. That was my life. Next time, I waited inside the party store, the convenience store, until they came, and then they'd pull up in the driveway and I would walk out. You know, I mean, boom, problem solved. But then I'm not sitting here being, you know, some bitter, vengeful, narcissistic sociopath because of how I grew up. I choose to look for humor. That is my go-to. Not many people choose to look for the humor. They choose to look for the terrible. They choose to look for the, you know, the whatever. It's just, I don't know. Me, I find humor. If I don't find humor, I'd have crawled up in a hole somewhere a long time ago and never come out. I would have. Because, you know, what are you going to do? Life is life. It is what it is. Now, am I saying that, you know, I was happy all of that stuff happened? Well, obviously not, you know. But it wasn't anything different that didn't happen to the next person that sat in the, you know, in the classroom next to me, or walking down the street on the opposite side. It just was what it was. And I mean, I don't begrudge my childhood, not in the least bit. I really don't, because everything I've gone through has made me who I am today, and I'm okay with that. I like me. Took me a while to get there, but I do. I like me. Okay, so we just sprayed that one. This one and this one. I'm kind of running out of ideas at the moment. I don't have all my stickers and stuff out here. I do have some die cuts, though. Oh, that's really pretty. Put that in here. Cover that side. But yeah, life goes on. It really does. And it's going to go on whether you like it or not. Whether you're happy or whether you're sad. So you might as well just take the good with the bad and find some humor. I got one story. My oldest, gosh, she's in her 30s now. She, when she was, 11 or 12, she got it into her mind that it would be okay to start swearing. And I was of the mind, well, until you are old enough to be responsible for, you know, swearing and offending somebody and being able to, you know, understand consequences and things like that, you shouldn't do it. You know, that was my my ballywick, so to speak. And she wanted to argue with me about it, and argue with me, and argue with me. And we got into a pretty good fight. And finally, I got so aggravated and so upset that I just finally hollered at her. If you don't stop swearing, I'm going to squirt so much soap down your throat, you'll shit bubbles for a month. She stopped. I stopped. She was like, where did that come from? I'm like, I'll be damned, I don't know. And we just laugh about it. One time, my husband was out on the road. He was out doing a job, burying phone cable or electric cable, something like that. Might have been for charter or something. But it was the middle of August, and our air conditioner had gone out. And that really stunk, okay? Because we were surrounded by fields, which means lots of bugs, lots of mosquitoes. But, you know, there wasn't anything I could do about it. It was 11 o'clock at night, and my brother and I were sitting out on the front stoop of my house, and I finally had this idea. I'm like, okay, guys, go get your swimsuits on. They're like, what? I said, go get your swimsuits on. We're going to go get wet. It's 11:30 at night, Mom. I don't care. It's summertime. It's August. Go get your swimsuits on. Let's go get wet. I'm tired of this heat. So everybody thought I was fixing to take them to the local park. Well, not thinking these ding-dongs, you know, local parks with the, you know, the swimming and all of that close at 10 o'clock. But I didn't say anything. And they all went and got their swimsuits on. And my brother, he's only a couple years younger than me. So he was like, well, do you need me to bring towels? I said, well, you might want to bring towels because we'll be wet on the way home. You know, so he's like, okay, I'll go grab some towels. Even he thought we were going to Lake Wapapella, which is a little bit west of me here in Missouri. And so we all got in my car, and I told my brother, I said, you might want to go ahead and bring your car too. And he's like, how come? I said, well, you know, I've got all my kids, and you've got all the towels. Just bring them both. We'll just have at it and follow me. So we drove into the next town over, and I pulled us up into the car wash, the do-it-yourself car wash. And my brother was like, you want to wash the car before we go swimming? I said, I didn't say we were going swimming. He said, yes, you did. I said, no, I did not. I said we were getting wet. I threw in about $5 worth of quarters, gave him about $2 or $3 worth of quarters. He was in one bay. I was in the other bay. The kids were running back and forth. We were getting squirted. We were having such a blast. The sheriffs even stopped and looked at us. And I said, my air conditioner went out. He just shook his head and drove on, you know, because we weren't hurting anything. We were just getting wet, you know, and everything was cool until I decided to turn the wax onto my brother. Then he wasn't so happy no more. But we had fun. It only cost me a couple of dollars. And it was an experience that my children will remember for the rest of their life. My brother especially. No, he was not happy when I turned it to the wax nozzle. I only did it for a second, but still. But yeah, we were running around and going in circles and just all kinds of stuff. And we had fun. And even the sheriff's department, you know, the county sheriff, when he came by, would just, you know, what are you doing? Well, air conditioner went out and we're trying to cool off. He says, okay, just shook his head and went on about his business. I mean, can you imagine what he'd have to put in his report if he had to arrest me for something? I don't think it would fly in court. But even if it did, that still would have been funny. Why are you here, you know? Well, I killed somebody. Well, why are you here? I robbed the bank. Why are you here? I squirted my kids at the car wash. What? Yeah, so it was a good time. It was a really good time. And I like things like that. I call them simple pleasures, you know? Things that don't cost very much money, but have a tremendous impact on your well-being, your sense of self. Because being able to do something like that, who would think about going to a car wash to cool off in the middle of August at 11:30 at night? Well, no, by this time it was midnight, but still, still. Now I pinned that so it'll hold that card down there. We had fun, and that's the best thing I can say about life is find the humor, even if it sucks at times, and have fun. That's about all the advice I can give you. And don't be afraid to try new things. Because you never know what you'll be missing. Now I'm almost done with the painting and stuff. We haven't done pockets or anything on these yet, so let's see. Okay, I need to poke holes in this one. There's my hole punch. And then I got to round the corners on this one because I didn't yet. Oh, wow. Good grief. Okay, let me trim this off. It's a little bit longer than I want it. Okay. Yep. The first house we bought when we got to Missouri was, it was a dump. It was. But the rental house we were in had caught on fire and we'd lost everything. So we had, we kind of had to jump on the first thing we could find, and this was it. So I bought a house for $9,000. All right. It was probably ready for the dump trucks. Put it that way. But at the same time, it served its purpose. We had Super Bowl parties there. We had barbecues. We had, it was a roof over our heads, and we were grateful. Oh, wow. Now, how did you get so short? Huh. Anyway, but maybe it's upside down. Oh, there we go. It was our house. And it was another one of those days where it was really, really hot outside. And my sister-in-law was over with her kids. And then there was all of my kids, and some of their friends were over. And we had, oh boy, did we had those super soakers. Those big, huge water guns that you prime up and then you let them go. Well, that's what we had. So we decided we were going to have a squirt gun fight. And we did. We had people climbing through windows, going through the house, running out the back door, coming in the front door, people locking each other out, screaming and hollering and getting wet, and you name it. And we did it. And we had a blast. We did. We had an absolute blast. Everyone had fun. The only thing I had to do was clean up the mess at the end of the day. I would rather deal with that than deal with cranky kids sitting around the house going, there's nothing to do, it's too hot. Yeah, that's what I would rather deal with. And we did. So, kind of check on some of these. We got pockets and, uh-oh, this one's upside down. So we do this and this, but does this make our pockets upside down? Yes, it does. Well, we may end up having to just have it upside down. That is so funny. I wasn't even paying attention. Where's our pockets? Okay, that one's, is that a, yeah, that better be a pocket. Yeah, okay. That way. Oh, well. So, they're upside down. Let me try and turn this one over. See if we can do it that way. Nope, not really. The holes don't line up. Oh, well. Or, since I added one, I could probably just take this one out. Since it would be upside down. But yeah, my motto, that's okay. My motto is simple pleasures, simple fun, simple life. That is the one that's upside down. You know, you don't want to tell your friends and family that that you missed life because you were being, I don't know, too serious, working too hard. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Well, that's that one, but we also have this one. Remember the two signatures? Put this right here. Now let's try and see how they look. And I haven't even really put anything in them. I've just painted them and put pockets in. I haven't added any, you know, filled the pockets with anything. I haven't. Uh-oh. 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 Everything's falling apart. Help me, Mommy. I can't find my way. Okay, what are we doing? It's this one that wants to be ornery. And this one. This one. Okay, that one's there. That one's there. That one's there. Okay. Let me see. Okay, sorry, that's off camera a little bit. Right, and then that one. And then we'll put those two together. That's not that bad. Now, if I can find, there it is. If I can find the other book clip, we'd be even better. Okay, there we go, and that one went right through. Awesome sauce. Ah, yeah, remember when I said I used to be strong? That ain't a happening thing anymore. Okay, there we go. Now, that's with 2 signatures. Now, all we did was painty papers and added some pockets, right? We haven't even put anything in the pockets yet. But isn't that pretty cool? There's a little tuck pocket there, an envelope there. Let's see. There's a tuck pocket here. Oh, you know what? Now I can put this in here. There. But I'm probably going to stamp on it first. But let's just leave it here for now. Give me a little bitty paper clip. This will work. Just to hold it here so I remember. Okay, and then we got that one which got stamped, which I think looks pretty daggum cool. This is just 2 pieces of stray paper. Okay, and there's an envelope there. I like that way, so I'm not going to cover that, but I might put a tuck spot or something right there. Maybe a fold out. And I've got another envelope right there. And some things stuck on it. Let's see. We've got that. More stamped. There's a pocket. There's an ATC that I got in Happy Mail. Yep, I need more pockets. There's a pocket. Yep, I need to do a little bit more. Uh-oh, I forgot those 2 pages. Oh well. But we need to add some more stuff to the bottom, or to the last one, and I forgot to cover the back. So, let's cover the back with one of these big envelopes. And then we can put this tag in it that we already painted. Make sure which side is up. Okay. Pull that, pull that. This side is up. Okay. Let's see, does that cover most of it? Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Move these out of the way. Where's my glue? Oh, I'll use this one right now because it's the only one I can find offhand. Put my Tombow somewhere and can't find it. But that's okay. There we go. Alrighty, and I will put it down here, like so. I am forever losing that silly towel. Oops. Come on. There. we will let that dry. And I think I found what I might put right here. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but what does? You know? Put love right there. No. Okay, that'll work. Let's see. We need a heart behind it, so. I knew I'd find something. It doesn't look so bad now, does it? I might put some stickles dotted in and around on the buttons, but I think that's about it for the cover. I may make a chunky charm and hang it from here. Not sure yet. But I want to make sure that this envelope stays. And do I have my ribbon out here, or did I take it into the other room? I bet I took it into the other room. Let me look. Nope, here it is. Yay! I don't have to go running. Okay. Let me see. There we go. Now, you don't have to do this, and you have to be really careful when you do this, because, you know, it's very flammable. All I do is I light my lighter, and I just run it once or twice over the end of the ribbon. That keeps it from fraying. Some people use that non-fray stuff, but this is easier for me because I've usually always got a lighter handy for some reason or another. Alrighty. Now we're going to poke it through the back. Open it up. Tuck these two through that hole. If they'll fit, they will. This takes me a minute. There's one. Come on, get the other one in there. And I think there's two. Yep, there's two. And I pull them tight. And then right in that little bitty V that's right there, I'll put a drop of glue. There. That way it helps it from, you know, the ribbons to come loose. And I'll do the same with this one. Okay, so let's cut a piece. Grab my lighter. See, it's already starting to fray. You see that? Woo! That one caught. Alright, so that's where you got to be really careful. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, that other one. Woo-hoo! Gives it character, though. Yes, you burnt your house down, but your ribbon has character. Very good, Kelly. Okay. Hi. What'd you guys do tonight? Was it on Psalms still, or was he on Names of God?
Still in the names of God.
Okay.
In the Psalms.
And in Psalms.
Oh.
Okay, and then right in that center V right there, put a drop of glue, and then let it dry. Just like that. Okay. And on that note, I'm going to pause you for just a few minutes. Need to use the restroom and get something to drink, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I forgot to click play or record, and I had already started stamping, so I stamped the inside envelope of this one. And then on the 2 tags that I made, I went ahead and stamped, I think, well, I don't know if you can see with the glare, but I think they came out pretty daggum good. I love that one. See if it'll focus. Anyway, so now we need to put something in here. And I went and got my box of graphics. Figure we'll put something in there, right? Maybe a little purple tag. Maybe this will be a book of pockets and tags. Pockets and tags. That fits perfectly. Okay. Let's see. Right through here. Okay, that's where this one goes. Do that right there. And then this is something. Let's figure something else out. What else can go in there? Might be a little too long and a little too short. So, there we go. We got a little, we'll do it this way. Little tag right there. And what's this? This right here. I don't know. Maybe. Nah. Alright, so then we've got the stamping there, so I'm not going to put anything there. I might put a pocket here. That does not match. Let's see, what is this? Oh, these are some beautiful little journaling tags. Look at the back. So I know what I can do with these. Where's that little paper clip? Here. Put these paper clip right there. And then we'll put something on that side. Let's see. Oh, that'd be nice. And that'd be nice around a darker spot. So let's see. This is a pretty little card. Tuck that in there like that. And there's an envelope. So let's put some already pre-stamped goodies in there. This says, what I make with my hands, I give with my heart. I don't know if you can see that very well. There it is. Okay, so I'll put one of those in there. Throw that in there. Let's see if there's anything else. Well, I'm sure there is. Here's a tag I made a long time ago. We'll put that in the other envelope. This one right here. There we go. Okay. Let's see, there's that. Okay, what were we going to do here? I was just going to leave that there, put some stickles on it or something. Cut that down. Okay, let's see. I think that would make a cute pocket. Let's see. It's already... Instead of making it a card, we'll turn it into a pocket. Okay. Put that right there. There it is. This one is going to have to get pinched to stay. So we'll clip that there for a minute. Clip this one here for a minute. Oh, let's see. Okay. I sprayed this on the other side, but I really wanted it to be, I want it to face the other direction, so I sprayed it there. On the other side, now I gotta let it dry for a minute. Where's the tissue? Wait, use a dried baby wipe. Always keep your baby wipes that you use or your paper towels that you use to clean up your paint with, because you can use them in your junk journals and stuff like that. Alrighty. This one I'm going to put right here. Even though it's still a little wet, it'll stick. And there he goes. Okay. Now while those two are drying for a minute, I'm going to look. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to look through some of my other things to see if there's anything I can pull out and use with. And other than tags, I don't see anything there. It's an old graphic we can probably use. Oh, here's a really pretty one, but that's kind of long. Let's see. Okay, let's look through these. So we got a clock. Oh, that might fit on one of the pages. Oh boy. Looks like Boy Scout badges. Buttons. ABCs of animals. Well, that might be cute on the inside of this card. No, not really. Okay. Oh, there's a pretty one with a bird. See that? The bird would look really good in there. Oh, I don't like using my Stays-On for inking edges because I think it helps your Stays-On to dry out too fast. My favorite kind of ink to edge my graphics and stuff is chalk ink. It dries the fastest, and for some reason it gives it a more softer vintage look than the dried or the dyed inks and the pigment inks. But since this is the only one I had out here, I figured I might as well, you know, just go with it. So and we'll put this one on the inside right here. And if you didn't know, Stays-On's that permanent ink that won't run if you get it wet after it dries, obviously. So I could put glue on there, you know, like right here over the top, and the Stays-On doesn't run. See if I can find something else that might match. Nope, it's permanent. I like that one. So let's round the corners. By the time we're putting this one on, hopefully the others will be dry. Okay. He stays on. But I do. Normally, chalk ink dries too fast to really use as a medium with your stamps, because by the time you get your stamp from the ink to the page, your ink is already dried. So, but like I said, when you're edging, or you know, whatever you call it, on the outside of your graphics or your pages or anything like distressing, I think your chalk ink is your best bet. That way, as you're turning the piece, it's not going to get on your fingers and spread and smear everywhere. Okay. Oh, I should have this thing tied to my fingers. Maybe my forehead. Nah, I think that'll be fine. Alright, now is this thing set? Hopefully. And if that's the case, then I can put Alright, not funny. Let me see, where's my, there we go. I know I didn't glue the whole thing together. Okay, there we go. Let's just trim this up just a little bit. And let's round the corners. Now this should just fit right in there. Yep, perfect. Let's see if this is dry yet. Okay, that one, I got a pocket right there. Actually, we can probably fit this card in that pocket. Ah, we can. Okay, there's that ATC. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's too big. That might work. Right. Even though you can't see it when you're doing it, a lot of times inking your edges will help your graphic pop off the page because it is a dramatic difference from the background. Okay, for instance, I'm putting that there. Let me find a lighter page. Okay, here we go. Like, see that? I don't have the background inked or the edges inked, and it just kind of blends in together. But this one is inked, and you see how it kind of outlines it? In fact, I'll put that one right there. Good place for it. And I'm wondering, this would make a perfect pocket. So where do we put that? Yeah. Okay, now what I did, instead of pulling all of this apart, is I just made a hole and I'm cutting a slit. That way I can just put it right in there and glue it to the page, and that will glue down and back together again. That way I didn't have to take the whole thing apart. Okay, so it's going this way. Okay. ones. Oh, come on. Where's that big long paper clip? There it is. This one I can put right here. Okay. Now that'll dry for a minute. But we're almost done. I probably should have inked this, but that's okay. Let's see, is this one done? It's stuck. Yes. Oh, Christmas stamps. Someone sent me in a pocket letter, which I thought was really cool. Because that's the first time I'd seen somebody send stamps in a pocket letter. Okay, I feel like putting butterflies there. So that's what I'm going to do. Put a butterfly right there. One thing I haven't done is put any word quotes or anything like that in here. But I'll do that off camera, and I'll just print some out on my computer and then cut them out or something. There we go. Well, we're just about done, I think. I need to trim that first. Okay. There we go. Okay. It says perfect attendance certificate, so I just put A pluses all around it. Now I gotta find something to put in it. Will that fit? Oh yeah. That'll fit. Well, that didn't sound good for the washer.
No. Very good.
Okay. So that. Let's see. Maybe that. Okay. this will make a tuck spot. I can make a whole pocket out of it. Oh, sorry, I get to craft in some. Yeah, I've been crafting and I get in the zone and I forget to talk. Ouch. Oh, you're not funny. Dad says you guys don't listen to me anyway. You put me on mute and you let it just fly. I understand. That's okay. Actually, that would go good right there. Which means I'm probably going to have to trim a little bit right here. And, well, maybe not. Just the one side. Yeah. Okay, but I do want to ink it since there's nothing behind it. You can be as goofy as you want. I gotta tell you, the ladies that comment on the videos where you're involved, they think you're the bee's knees. They do. They think you're awesome. Yeah, you sell yourself too short, Dad. I'd have done that a long time ago if I thought I could have got any money off of you. No, I wouldn't have done that to my daddy. Well, I wouldn't have, you know, because you're my daddy. There it is. Okay. Now on this one, I just kind of like it green. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some green stickles on it. Now, if you ever buy this, I guess it's it's Studio G. It's the equivalent of Stickles. It's great stuff. It comes out thin. You can reuse the bottles when you're done for glue or whatever. The only issue I find is that at the very tip, you have to do this off, you know, onto a piece of scratch paper. Squeeze it out. Make sure you get that one initial glob out of there. Because if not, you'll end up with a big blit right on the middle of your page. And yes, I called it a blit. That's a technical term. Yes, it's very technical. And it's patented, so you can't use my blit. And another thing when you're using the Studio G, with Stickles, I know you can just take it and then move off to the side. Don't do that with Studio G or you'll have a line instead of a dot. With the Studio G ones, you want to put it down and then pull straight up so you keep your dot. Now I'll put one down here and then I'll be done for that page. In fact, right there is just too much, so I'm going to wipe that one up. And put a smaller one. There we go. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that here. Maybe right here. Okay. Right here. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry for a little while, and instead of making you wait, I'm going to go ahead and hit pause. That way, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Want to make sure I'm going because I can't see the numbers. Yep. Okay, I went and grabbed some washi tape. The glitter glue, the stickles, isn't quite done yet. So I figured I'd add a little bit of washi tape. And remember what I said about sticky. Never trust the sticky. So I'm going to squirt a little glue on it. And run my fingers down it so it covers. And then I'm going to add it to the top of this page. And I'll probably add it to the bottom too. Let's see. Kind of give the page a little bit more, yeah, Dad says pizzazz. I think that's about the right word. So, let's see. And with a little bit of glue on it, it actually gives you a little bit more maneuvering room, which is kind of cool. Now, this one I cut too much, or I got too much, so I'll just trim it. There we go. And this one too. And there. Okay, it makes it look a little bit more polished. Let's check this one, see if the tuck spot has cleared or is dried. And it has. So let's see what we can put in here. How about one of these? That works. And we'll give it one of these. We'll give it another tag. Like that. That works. Okay, and here's a, I know I put this as a pocket. Yeah, I did. Okay, and this one we'll put, oh, looks like an old lottery ticket. We'll put that in there. It'll stay. Okay. And then right here, what are we going to do right here? I think I know. Wait a minute, what is that? Well, I'm going to cut that off because that just doesn't make sense to me. A dress form doesn't have feet, it has a stand it sets on. Okay, so we'll put this one right here. Move it over away from that a little bit. Oh, lordy, 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 I lost my blue towel again. I really did. I lost it. Oh, huh?
Mentality again?
Yes, I lost my brain again. Okay. This is going to have to get pushed down. Stay. I think this piece will look really good next to it. Or will this one? No, this one. This one? Nope, I like this one. This is that Tim Holtz washi tape I got at Tuesday Mornings. Oh, I just love it. It's so elegant. Yep. I don't remember.
I like that place for socks.
Yeah, Dad says Tuesday Mornings is only good for its socks. Because he always seems to buy socks every time we go there.
That's how I gave to Jacob.
And last time he gave them to my grandson. So, but he says that's the only place good for socks. That's all it's good for. And yes, you guys, I love that man dearly. He's a pain in my buttocks sometimes, but I'm a pain in his buttocks too. Yep, he says that's his job. That's what he gets paid the big money for.
Big bucks.
Yep.
Mega bucks.
And I still can't find my towel. That old blue ratty towel that I used for my crafts, you know, when I wipe up and clean up. I don't think you could see if there were enough lights on.
My glasses.
Alrighty, let me trim this down. There we go. Okay. And trim the bottom. There we go. Whoop, not enough. Kind of hard to do it from this end. And I think that's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Uh-oh, see? Now it got squished. But I fixed it. And I still don't have a daggum towel. Here, let me wet my baby wipe. This'll work. Okay. That does look really good with the washi tape that way. Huh. Imagine that. Okay. Well, let's see how far we got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I got a pocket here. Yeah, let's stick something in there. That'll work. Okay. Oh yeah, and then this one. So now that this is dry, we can put this in here.